Hello and welcome to week 7 of English 113. Hope everyone is doing well. So what are we doing this week? Well, one-on-one conferences. How are we going to do that? I'll explain that in a second. And you get to work on the revision of paper 1 with help from the Writing Center. Well, how do you do that? I'll show you in a second. So basically there's three major things you're going to need to do this week. Number one, watch this lecture on revision. It's about 7 minutes long. I think you can afford the time. It is very beneficial. It's actually somewhat entertaining, at least I hope. And then paper 1, you need to submit it. So before we get to this, as far as it's one-on-one conferences to review the grades. Well, on Moodle, the way that I have it set up is that at any time you can go to, now this is the grades, so I'm looking at the student view. If you click on grades, it'll show your grades. Now, these are my grades, and I haven't turned anything in because whatever. But the idea here is that you should be able to see what you've earned on every single assignment. Now, attendance, that's a range. Basically, if you've submitted something every single week, the way, again, attendance is taken in this class is that if you submitted something for the week, if you do one of the assignments for the week, you are considered to have attended that week. If you did not do the assignment for the week, you are considered absent. So that's where that grade is going to be changing. Anyway, so there's these different points for different things. The important thing is down here at the bottom. This will show you the percentage that you're currently earning in the class. Now, notice that there is a couple of extra credit quizzes that do not count towards your overall grade. Moodle, the system that we're using, doesn't like extra credit. There's a bunch of extra credit we're doing. Instead, what's going to happen is you will see in the comments, or the feedback over here, you'll see like +1, +2, whatever the extra credit is. So if your overall grade is, let's say, an 88%, that's a B in that class. Okay, that's good. Okay, but that isn't your full grade. Your full grade is actually whatever percentage this is plus whatever extra credit you've earned at that point in time. So if this says 88, you see, you add these up over here, and it's +3%. The overall grade would be a 91. See how that works? Oh. So as far as a one-on-one conferencing, since this is an online class and that's not really feasible with everyone's schedules, so what I want you to do instead is just make sure you go in, check your grade. If you have any questions or concerns about anything you're graded on, you can go in and see exactly why you were graded on it. If you think that you submitted an assignment and it didn't, any questions, concerns, please email me and we can go through it together. Yes. So that is the thing for the one-on-one conferences. So it's really, the onus is on you to look through your grades, make sure that you understand what they are, and if you have any questions, to please ask, because I'm not really supposed to email grades. That's what I was told, at least. Okay. Now, the other thing is, again, watch the revision lecture, and then you have paper 1. Now, the good news is that you have help from the Writing Center. If you're like, but I'm an online student. I don't even live anywhere close to Shaw, maybe. Okay, no problem. If you go to the top of our Moodle page, you'll see right here, free tutoring help. Even for online classes, Shaw Writing Center can help you with your papers. To set an appointment, as well as to find the best way they can help you, call that number. Call that number. Again, this is free. So, and you should get their help with every paper you need to submit. They can do it over the phone. You can send them, they'll tell you exactly how they do it. There's a way that they do it with online students where they can help you. They can do it over the phone or whatever. But again, this is a free way of doing it. It's part of the revision process. It'll help you. Now, just because you've gotten help from the Writing Center does not mean you'll get a perfect score. They are to help you, not to write it for you, just to make sure we're clear on that. And then last but not least, so paper 1, the final draft. So last week, you should have written a rough draft of the paper and all that. If you're not sure what happened last week, then watch that video and it'll explain it. But for this week, you're going to do the final draft. So you click on paper 1, and it'll bring this up. You're like, okay, what's going on here? Okay. When you want to submit your paper, you will click on Submit Paper. And then you will give it a title, and this is paper, oops, I almost typed paper 1, ENG 113, Jason Morgan, or something like that. Make sure it's very clear, because a lot of students just submit something with a title that says English paper, and then they submit the wrong thing. And then you can add the submission. You can either add it by clicking here and choosing the file on your computer, or you can find it in this, and then you could just like drag it and drop it. And then add the submission. Yeah. Make sure you submit a doc file or a docx file. That is part of the thing, so I don't really want to submit that. But that's how you would do it. Submit papers right through there. Something else on this page I want you to look at is over here is this. See this little box over here? It looks like just a bunch of squares. Okay, this is where the rubric is found. Rubric. Okay, so if you click on this, okay, and it says, it loads up. This is the rubric. So this is how you're going to get graded. Okay, so what happens is that I get your page and I say, okay, is it at least 2 full pages? Is it double spaced? Is the font what it should be? Is there a header? Is there other MLA formatting issues? Yeah, so a lot of this is just formatting. Okay, is it written all in second person? Okay, is the paper written as if the audience had never heard of the book or movie? Okay, it does. Alrighty. Are there spelling errors? Okay, you're supposed to give examples. Okay, did you give 3 examples for question 1? Did you give 3 examples for question 2? And then a big part of the grade is the grammar mistakes. You can see where you get docked for each one. So this will show you exactly how I graded. I just don't look at your paper and say, oh, well, that's a B or that's a C paper. No, I go through it and I look to make sure that you've done what you can do. So when you call the Writing Center and you want to get help, you can review the rubric together so to make sure that they are helping you to get the best grade possible. Yes, close that. Wow. So that is paper 1. Now, understand that we'll do it through this thing called Turnitin, because not only will it submit it so I can make comments, this will also check for plagiarism. So, once you submit your paper, if it shows that you have plagiarized your paper, I will go in and take a look at it, and it shows me not only the parts that you plagiarized, but where you got the information from. If you plagiarize your paper, or any part of it, you will get a 0. No questions, just a 0. You don't get to redo it. You don't get to beg for mercy. You get a 0. We have been over this many times in this class. Plagiarism is cheating. And if you cheat, you get a 0. Simple as that. Did I beat that to death? I hope so. So, again, for week 7, what are we doing again? Just to wrap stuff up. We are working on this paper. And again, if you're not sure what the paper's about, go back and watch the stuff from the previous week. But this is what's going on. So watch the lecture on revision, check your grades to make sure you know what's going on, email with any concerns, contact the Writing Center to have them help you. Okay, now remember, this is due the 26th. If you call on the 26th, I can almost say that word, and say, yeah, I got a paper due tonight, I need some help. Yeah, they may not be able to help you because they may already be booked. So plan ahead. Now you can book a schedule, you can schedule an appointment for the 26th if you want. But I would recommend that you schedule ahead of time. Call that number, which again is found right up here at the top of the Moodle page. That number right there. Right there. Okay. Well, go ahead and have fun with week 7.